What's up guys, this is Matt and welcome back to another Dwarf Fortress video. This is the third video in my series so far. Since we've started, I've showed you how to generate a world and how to set up your pre-embark. In the last video, I showed you how to survey your embark location. I told you how to look around, how to adjust and look through the different Z levels. I taught you a little bit about designations, how to dig out or how to mine out hallways and rooms. We also learned a little bit about stockpiles so that we could get all of our items indoors. Like I said, I haven't played anything off screen, so the game is still paused. I'm going to unpause it right now and let the dwarves get back to work carrying items down below ground. That way our wagon is nice and emptied out. Also, while I'm thinking about it, not that this has to be done right away, but I'm going to work on zones. And what a zone, it's exactly what it sounds like. I can't really think of a way to describe it, so I'll just show it to you. We're going to go up a level, and I'm going to press the letter I for zone. Now, we're going to get a cursor. Unlike designations and stockpiles, we're going to choose an area first before we tell what kind of zone we want it to be. So I'm going to press enter, and I'm just going to grab a nice big square. I'm going to press enter again, and now you see I have a lot of options. I could designate this as a water source, although I really can't because there's no water there. A garbage dump. You get the idea. We're going to designate this as a pen/pasture. That way we can put all of our work animals and the ducks and egg-laying animals in one area. And really, once they're there, it's almost like they're invisibly tied to that area, and they won't leave unless maybe a thief or some type of goblin comes by, scares them away, and then the dwarves will run around the map and collect them and bring them back. So I'm going to press the letter N for pen or pasture, and before I press enter again, I'm going to hit capital N to choose some settings. And this is going to give me a list now of all the animals that I have, not really in the world, but all the animals that we brought with us. And you can go up and down this list with the plus and minus. Whenever the arrow keys don't work in this game or the numpad doesn't work, use the plus and minus, and that'll let you go up and down. And yeah, see, it actually will tell you right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to press enter to assign some of our animals to this pen. Now, I don't really want the dogs or the cats there, but any farm animals for right now is what we're going to designate. So I'm going to go to the turkeys. We'll leave the dogs and cats alone. The ram, all the hens. And real quick, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4 hens. That's going to be important in a second. And now that I'm done, I can press escape. This has already been set. Press enter, and it's done. Now, any dwarf that's not busy, you're going to see them. They're going to start hauling or dragging these animals into the designated zone. Now, they won't leave. You really can't see anything. There's no fences, but if I press the letter I again, you can see that there is a zone present. This is the depiction of a zone. So I'm going to press escape to go back, and we're going to let the dwarves get back to moving the animals. Now, while they're doing that, I'm going to go down a level and see what my dwarves are doing here. It looks like they've got everything in because they're not dragging any items down here. I see a lot of barrels. This is probably our food and maybe seeds and stuff. Here's the anvil that we brought with us. We'll need that in a little while when we build a metalsmith's forge, I believe is what it's called. But for right now, we're going to go down another level. And I'm just going to dig out a little area here, trying to decide how big I want it to be. Let's start with that while I'm thinking about everything else. But what this first level is going to be is it's going to be my workshops. Now, dwarves like stone. They want to sleep in stone. They want to eat and dine in stone. And they don't really like having their bedrooms in sand or dirt layers. So what I like to do is I use the sand and dirt layers to make workshop areas and to make stockpiles, and I save all of the stone areas for bedrooms. And of course, later on when you expand, you're not going to be worried about that. But right now, We don't want the dwarves to dig out too much because it'll just take forever. And who knows, they'll get too tired. So we're just going to have them dig out little bits at a time. And so in that case, we're going to save, we're going to try to save some time. Looks like we got another sandy layer below us. Hopefully there's rock another level down. But right now we're going to designate some rooms. And you don't have to do it this way. Feel free to do it however you want. But I'm going to make, let's see. We're going to go to D for designation and D for mine. And we're going to move the selector tool. And I'll also show you in the designations you can use your mouse. So if I click and hold, you'll see I accidentally went down. I'll just press the letter X and then click where I had missed. You get the idea. I'll press D again for designations. And I'm just going to dig out a nice square. You can kind of paint it in if you're holding the button down. I'll go one more layer, that way it's even. And that looks about even, 7 and 7. Doesn't need to be that big, but that's what I'll do. And I'm gonna do that again here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I might have miscounted that. No, I didn't. Okay. And we're gonna make them all like I said, the same length. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll go over. And let's build some walkways into these rooms. So I'll just do a 3 by 2 just to let our dwarves get in. And that should be a good size. It might be a little small, but we'll find out. And I'm also, while I'm at it, I'm going to go down a level and I'm going to designate another up-down stairway because I want to get deeper. I want to find some rock. And I'm going to unpause the game and I'm going to let my miners come in here. It looks like one of them is drinking, so he's not going to go to work right now. But the other miner decided to dig out here again. And what do we got here? More clay. It looks like it's going to take us a little while to get to rock. I'm not too worried yet. I'm going to designate another up-down stairway. Just go deeper and deeper, see if we can find some rock. But for right now, I'm going to let him build these areas out. These are going to be our workshops. And I'm going to surround the workshops with stockpiles that pertain to those workshops. So I'm going to put my carpenter up here, and I'm going to put a wood stockpile all around him. That way, when he goes to build something, he doesn't have to travel too far to collect the wood. My normal layout, I like to have 2 masons because I tend to make a lot of things out of rock, and you will too. We haven't found rock yet, but rock is a lot more common than wood. And so you tend to make a lot of things out of rock. So I tend to make 2 masons. I normally put my carpenter up top, just so I can keep track of everything. And down here, I'll build a mechanic and a craftsdwarf workshop. And I'll put a stone stockpile around those as well. So let me show you now how to build a workshop. Building a workshop, you're going to come over here on your map, my goodness, listen to me, on your control screen, and you're going to see that the letter B designates building. So we're going to press B, and you can use the plus and minus key to search these all you want. But what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the letter W, and I don't even see it right now. Workshops, there we are. I knew it was there. You can press letter W to go to the workshops menu. And these are all the workshops available in the game. I'm going to come down to the letter C for a carpenter's workshop. I'm going to press C. Now, you're going to see this little purple thing that I'm moving around, purple designation. That will be the carpenter's workshop. I think all workshops are 3 by 3 square. So as long as the squares are green, I'm good. If it's red or I don't know what purple really means, but if it's red, you can't build it there. Obviously, that's in a wall. So we're going to come over here. I'm going to put it right in the middle of the room. It really doesn't matter where you put it. And I'm going to press Enter to place it. Now you get a list of items that you have in your fortress. And there I am pressing the scroll key again, the scroll wheel. Here's a list of items that you have in your fortress. You can choose whatever you'd like. Most workshops will just take 1 item. If if it needs more than one, it will tell you right here. And it'll give you a distance of how far away that item is to the building site. So if you want it to be built quicker, you can choose something that's closer. Usually you tend to choose an item that you have more of in your fortress, and later on this might also be important if you're trying to build things out of different materials, maybe specific materials that are worth more money or worth more happiness to the dwarves. In this case, we're just going to build it out of logs. Most things in the future, we're going to be building out of stone. You can select them by pressing the plus and minus keys, and we're just going to use tower cap logs. I'm going to press enter. And here you go. This is the pre-construction designation, and once it's finished, it'll look strange. It'll have little symbols like this, but it'll comprise this 3x3 area. I'm also going to press, before I leave this workshop, I'm going to press M for, not capital M, where is it? There we go. M for Mason's Workshop. And I'm going to put a Mason's Workshop right here. Also use some tower cap logs. And I think I'm going to have to unpause the game because I want to put another Mason's shop here. Let them get that out of the way. And I'll pause it again. We'll go back to build. So B for build, W for workshops, and I'm going to press M again for a mason shop, and we're going to put it right in the middle. And before I leave this, we're going to do 2 more down here. I'm going to do first a craftsdwarf workshop, so the letter R, and I guess I'll just put it right in the opening. And we're going to come down to the mechanics workshop, so the letter T. And we're going to place it right next to the Craftsdwarf workshop with some movement capabilities in the middle. And we'll just use up all the tower cap logs. I'm going to press enter. Unpause the game after backing out of everything, and you'll see somebody's here constructing it, and it looks like this is done. The carpenter's workshop is complete. I believe this mason shop is also complete. These are still under construction. And you'll see the dwarves with those labors enabled, those skills will come and complete the buildings. And I'm going to dig down one more level with an up-down stairway. We have found rock. This is our first rock level. And you'll see as the dwarves dig it out, they might even leave some rock behind. You'll see that as this blinks, there is a rock. So that is a rock that we could actually build with. That is one that will be placed on a stockpile. So that's good. That's what we want. Not every square that is dug out by a dwarf will leave a rock. So you want to hope for those. And the more skilled your dwarves get, the more rocks they'll leave behind. So we'll let them finish that out, and we'll go up, and we'll actually designate a couple stockpiles, and then I'm going to end the video. So we're going to go to... We're going to press, I'll go back. We're going to press P for stockpiles, wherever it went. And we're going to press W for wood. And I'm going to designate this whole square around the carpenter's shop. I'm going to designate that as a wood stockpile. I'm also going to change, I'm going to press the letter S for stone. And we're going to do the same thing around the mason shops and around the craftsdwarf and mechanic, because they're mostly going to be using stone. They could use other things, but mostly stone. And I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. And first thing in the next video, I will show you how to use these workshops. You'll see here comes some dwarves pouring in, and they're bringing some stones to the stockpiles. Also, I'm sure somebody will go collect the wood in just a moment. Whatever wood we had chopped down, and here it comes. It's coming down the stairway. You see the dwarves moving stuff around. And I'm going to pause the game, and I want to thank you guys for watching. I tried to make this video a little bit shorter. It looks like I'm about 5 minutes shorter than last time. I'm going to try to keep these videos between 10 and 15 minutes. I think the further along we get, the less I'll have to explain, and it'll be easier to contain the time of the video. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Please stay tuned.